Okay guys, welcome back to Joe's RC Corner. I'm glad you guys were able to come back and visit my channel. Last video you saw we got the covering done on the wing and on the tail surfaces. So those are all in the base coat of the white using that new cover from valuehobby.com. Great product for the price. And next we're going to be starting to continuing work on the fuselage. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so here's the fuselage. We've gotten a lot done on this. It's starting to look like an aircraft now. We have the, this is the landing gear doubler that goes on the bottom. And we also got to start looking at the sheeting. But before I get to the sheeting, I want to install my nylon tubes ahead of time. So that way I can make sure the holes are really nicely done all along inside here. And have the tube go from one end and come out the back and get that nicely cleaned up as well. So we're going to go ahead and get that done first. So I'm going to switch over to my my camera looking down. Okay guys, so we're ready to start installing some of these nylon tubes. So I have two different lengths here. One of them is going to be the rudder and one I'm going to be using as the elevator. They're both long enough to reach both locations, but I think this will be the elevator, and it'll come out right along inside this first former here. I'm going to put the servos pretty close to that location there. And that's going to come out somewhere about right here for the elevator. So we're going to go ahead and get that part drilled out so we can go ahead and put this in. Find my drill. Okay, so now that we have the drill, we're going to kind of mark out where I need to have this hole to come out. So, see about right here, and that'll be for the elevator. Okay, it's just a crude hole first, and we'll slide that in. May have to trim that a little bit more to make that fit nicely. So we'll go ahead and we'll take this piece. I'm going to trim that out. Want that a little more elongated. So I'm going to take the drill a little bit more. I'm going to turn it on that side on the angle that I actually want it. Like so. Just can't forget about the top side there. Now to keep this bend right here a little bit smoother, I'm going to have that cross over, and that's going to come out on the opposite side that this is coming out. So if you can see from right here, we have it coming in on this side, or I'm sorry, coming out on this side, and then it's going to come to the servo on the opposite side of that. See? Just like so. Okay, and the same thing for the rudder side. Now the rudder, I'm going to have it come out a little bit closer to this end here, where the rudder will be, but not too close because we want enough room there to flex. So we'll start putting that in there. We're going to get that hole in there next. And then we'll feed this servo, this lead through as well. And that'll come out just a little bit further on that side and then come out on the left side. So it's going to come out on the control surface side on the right and it will hit the servo on the left, okay? So we're going to go ahead and do that as well. So I want that hole about right here. So first you start with the forward. Just like so. And then feed that one through. Gently. And that'll come out on the opposite side. Okay, as you can see, so now we have the elevator right here, coming down, coming out on this side, and rudder, coming around and out on this side. Okay? Now I'm going to pull those out just a little bit. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of that sandpaper here and we're going to rough these up. And the reason for that is these plastic pieces are really smooth and you want that glue to have somewhere to grab. So we'll rough that up there. We're going to sand this a little bit here too. Okay, we'll slide that one back through again. So now that roughed area is lined up right here. And then what we're going to take out, what we're going to do next is we're going to push that through. I'm going to grab some of my medium CA. I'm going to put a little bit on this back side here. Let me break that. There we go. Okay. We're going to feed that tube back in there. Need smaller fingers. All right, so we're going to go ahead and feed it down through the other way. Didn't want to do that because it'll get glue all over it, but that's okay. Slide it on through. Right there, okay. And we'll add the and we'll let that dry. A little bit of kicker, and we'll let that cure there. Okay, so that's the elevator one now. See how nicely it is now? Get a nice little color. There we go. Okay, I'll show you on this camera as well. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And then eventually what we're going to do after that is we're going to make some bracing to go between. That's going to hold these tubes in place. So we'll have an attachment point here, here, and here. And that'll keep these tubes from flexing when the cable's going through and in and out on it. Okay? So we'll go ahead and get the get this side in there next. Okay guys, so I want to apologize. I didn't get a whole lot of this on video today for today's video, but I do want to at least get everybody caught up on what I was working on. Most of it was pretty straightforward, boring stuff, so I'm not sure how much of it you guys might have wanted to see, but essentially there was a lot of sanding going on and a lot of gluing sheeting on the back half of the aircraft. So let me go ahead and move the wing off of the plane, and we'll take a quick look at what was done here. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so as you can see, the tail half of the aircraft is now completely covered, and we also have the back window balsa wood covered on the sheeting. The inside here, we have the reinforcement for the landing gear block, and also the push rods are also guides. Pushrod guides are now glued in, and the exits are right here. One on that side and the other one on this side here. So that part's all done. It came out looking pretty good. Sanded up the formers that meet up with the wing. So that's all completed here as well. I left this front section open, as you can see here. The front section I left open because we're going to be going electric on this. So I wanted to have an open hatch here. So what we did is I tack glued some 1/4-inch balsa sheet in here. So I tack glued the 1/4-inch sheet in, and also the windshield block, so I could sand it to match all the contours of the fuselage. Now it's not fully sanded completely yet, and I haven't done the attachment points for that yet, but we're working on that. But wanted to get that all sanded. So there's the hatch. That'll be the hatch for the battery. We'll be able to get into the front section here, install a battery, do swap outs of ESCs if an ESC fails, anything of that sort. And we also completed, on the bottom side, is now all sheeted. Landing gear is trial fit on there, and also got the nose gear trial fit with the front former block here to make a nice contour in the front. Still got some more sanding to do. This is just a starting point, and also the landing gear mount on there as well. The tail section back there is not covered right here because that will be the location of where the stab is glued on. Okay, so other than that, it's looking pretty darn good if you ask me. I really like how that's coming out. And the person I'm building it for, Ross, he stopped by today, which is part of the reason why I didn't get a lot of videotaping done on it. He wanted to take a look, see how it's going, how it's coming out. And he's really looking forward to getting this plane in the air as well. We're going to be doing a paint scheme similar to his full-size 182, so they'll kind of match. I will even put his N number on it and everything. So he's really excited about it. Looking forward to getting him in the air with this airplane, and I think he's going to really enjoy flying this. So with that, that's all I'm going to be getting done today. I want to send my appreciation to everybody that has been subscribing to my channel. I've got some new guys that recently subscribed. Welcome to Joe's RC Corner. I want to let you guys know I am here to give you guys some really good footage of builds. The most recent 2 that I've done have been SIG builds. However, that's not my only kit that I'm going to be working on. So this was a SIG Colt, finished the SIG Chipmunk, and do have a linear aircraft that I'm going to be putting together. It's a giant scale, quarter scale aircraft, so it should be fun to build as well. And I will go through the steps on that one as well. So stay tuned for that, guys. And yeah, so that's all I have for today. Again, thank you to all my subscribers. I really appreciate it. And if anyone's looking for a way to maybe help me out and make sure I can keep bringing you guys this quality building, then please take a lock at my Teespring store. I do sell some t-shirts on there. I think they're pretty decent quality. I've been wearing them during all my channel videos, and yeah, that would be a great way to help me out. Also, subscribing definitely helps, and sharing these videos, these the playlists, and send in all these videos to friends and family that you might think might be interested in it. Go ahead and send it to them. Greatly appreciate it. And keep building, keep flying, guys. I'll see you on the next video where we're going to finish up installing servos and the servo mounts, etc. And then maybe start looking at how we're going to do the trim and the covering on the fuselage, because we're getting pretty close now. So again, thanks guys for your help. I appreciate everybody's support and look forward to the next video, guys. See you next time.